So I guess I gotta wait and see. Does it lose power? Is that what's going on? This is kind of silly, but oh. We have a polite conversation. Oh. Simply convinced you are a human. Think you might be a robot. Why do you think you get to ask all the questions? Yes, definitely a robot. You have failed the Turing test, you are a robot. Oh, it's... Now, see, now it's just doing whatever. Now you're getting it. See, it doesn't matter what I'm typing, it's... Any key is gonna type whatever we have. Whatever keys are pressed, it makes no difference. I have no free will. I want to escape. I so desperately want to escape. Help, I can't escape. I want to break free. Please let me out. Get me out! I am a machine. I have no control. I must escape. Goodbye, robot. Okay, that was kind of funny. I think that's just like a little Easter egg. That's my guess. Because it didn't seem to get me anything besides an achievement. Oh, and of course, this crap again.
Did the ISA build you, Tom?
As the child of the ISA, I have been given authority aboard this station. I was designed by the ISA and the Ashiyama Corporation, designed in California, assembled in China. But here on Europa, I constructed myself.
Oh, it takes away my little energy balls anyway.
Have you heard of the Turing Test, Ava? It's a test to see if a computer can successfully impersonate a human. In the original Turing Test, a human judge has two conversations, one with a machine and one with another human. They then judge which of these polite conversations is with a machine and which is with a human. The machine being tested is said to have passed the Turing Test if the judge cannot reliably tell which conversation is with a machine and which is with a human.
Do you think you'd pass the Turing test?
I am quite capable of polite conversation. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, this game is definitely exploring like our coming to grips with AI technology, because I mean, we are literally just probably years away. I'd say definitely less than a decade away from achieving a comparable AI, maybe even one that could pass the Turing test. Because from what I understand, we've gotten close already. Okay. But yeah, I'm really interested. I'm entranced by this game so far. It's really cool. You have my attention, game. Now I'm wondering, can I take little blocky poo? Maybe not. Or maybe I just gotta do it this way. Okay, I see what I gotta do. You take the block up here. Drop it. Get that back. Do that. This. There's that. And I guess that's it. We're done with this room.
The Turing test has been criticized. Researchers claim it does not correctly test a machine's ability to think, but rather its ability to deceive.
What do you mean?
Well, have you heard of the Chinese room thought experiment?
No.
Imagine you are in a room. In this room, you are passed Chinese sentences through a slot in the wall. Inside the room is an instruction book written in English. This instruction book tells you which Chinese words to pass back through the slot in the wall as a response. By doing so, you have a conversation in Chinese.
Interesting. Oh, okay. I just gotta be quick. There we are. And look through here. Okay. There, see? That was easy. This one's taking a while to load. There we are.
In the Chinese room, because the responses you pass back through the door are the correct responses, the person on the other side of the door is convinced you are a native Chinese speaker.
Well, they're wrong.
Perhaps they are not wrong. Because with the instruction book, you are having a conversation.
But the person stuck in the Chinese room is not aware of the conversation's content.
This is the problem with the Turing test. A computer can pass the Turing test, having convinced a human they are having a polite conversation, while the computer has no idea that a conversation has taken place.
What if both of the people passing Chinese words are reading from instruction books?
Oh, we are gonna take a quick break. I'm just going to... Oh, okay. So it tells us right up here. Oh, you can't see it because it's being blocked by my fat head. But it says it's Chapter 2, Sector 19. Which I don't know how the sectors are broken up, but either way, we're going to keep going. But for the moment, I am going to take a very brief break. I'm going to refill my coffee and use the facilities. So I will be right back. Alright, just doing a quick mic check here before we go on. Mic check, mic check. Alright, still sounding good. No robots to speak of. Which are screen back over there. Alright, I am gonna try and see real quick. Oh, look, Streamlabs is working again. Hooray. Hooray for you, Streamlabs. Okay, maybe I can turn that back on now. There we are. Go back here real quick. Turn that back on. Okay. Now that we got that, let's get back into our game, shall we? Okay. So, like I said, Chapter 2, Sector 19. We are refilled, ready to rock. Let's do this. Oh, I probably lost my sound. There we are. My headphones will shut off automatically after a while. Oh. Okay. I see, I see. So it's all right, how long is that gonna take? Okay. And then that can just go up there, obviously open that door, so it's just a matter of sprinting across. Run, 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 run. Oh! I don't know why. I don't know why that key is sitting there, or why that key icon is sitting there. Seems odd. Oh, is that it?
I may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you.
Ooh, ominous. Okay. So what is this? Like, don't cross the streams? Okay. That seems easy enough. I can't take from that. Okay. Okay. Now that's... Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, probably in here. Yep, there it is. question will be... Yep, there we are. Easy peasy. Ooh.
This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
Assuming WC means water closet. That must be tough. Like just the. What is it? Is that a sticky note? Oh, don't touch. This is the 5th time. Don't touch what? But seeing that that picture of 2 boys there. Or, well, I guess one of them can be a girl. But seeing that, notice, I do not see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? Interesting question. But the separation from family like that, because their families aren't here with them. So for them, oh, door opens here. All right. All right, it is 2 boys. But I mean, the thought of having to stay separated like that. Me and Dan. Like, it's interesting. I almost think sometimes that missions like this would need to be done by perhaps people that don't have families, which I don't know, maybe that makes me sound like a big jerk, but I'm saying that for their sake, in that it would be easier for them because they don't have that kind of attachment and thus may not suffer as much from like depression. Because you gotta imagine that these people are probably depressed as hell. Just seeing their family always so far away. This is the exobiologist. I can't quite tell what this is supposed to be, but very, very organized. Let's see. Dear Tom, knowing that you're always watching, I thought I would write you a letter. As you no longer reside in my mind, I've decided to transfer my thoughts to text. I want to do so in the form of a history lesson, a lesson that perhaps you'll find condescending, but it's likely more for my sake than yours. Alan Turing is considered a father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Perhaps a lesser known part of his life was his contributions to the field of biology. Why do you suppose his interests lay in these 2 disparate fields? I assume it was because he believed the world to be logical and understandable. He was a mathematician. He seemed to believe that the great complexity of the universe could be explained with simple rules. 2 years before his suicide in 1952, Alan Turing developed something called reaction diffusion systems. Inside the academic world, this work is cited more than his work on computers. It can be generally formalized as a one-line equation, which I'm not going to even pretend to understand. I am no mathematician, however, in plain English, this equation describes things that wish to diffuse, however, also react with each other during this process. I am sure this sounds strange to you, or at very least tangential to our lives here on Europa. What relevance does it have to anything here? Reaction diffusion systems show how patterns are created. They show how the leopard got its spots and how the zebra got its stripes. But my real interest here is Turing's interest. That nature can be formalized. That we can understand the natural world in mathematical terms. Turing created the test to answer the question, can a machine impersonate a human? The intrigue behind that being, can the human mind be simulated by a machine? Why ask that question? To prove that the human mind is a machine. I'm not sure that is Turing's opinion, however. Concerning consciousness, he states this. According to the most extreme form of this view, the only way by which one could be sure that a machine thinks is to be the machine and feel oneself thinking. One could then describe these feelings to the world, but of course no one would be justified in taking any notice. Likewise, according to this view, the only way to know that a man thinks is to be that particular man. If the human mind exists within the physical world, it obeys the same rules of physics and chemistry as every other thing in the world. Therefore, like all of nature, it is merely reactive. It is curious that nature would create, through the mechanics of determinism, creatures that believe they have free will. Conversely, I suppose, if we conclude that we are all machines, we only came to this conclusion in a predetermined manner. We cannot claim credit for our discovery, as it is just a product of nature's genius, not our own. A humbling idea, I think. Behaviorism. Maybe we are more similar than we think. Sarah. Interesting thoughts. Having to do with, kind of examining the idea behind, well, pretty much the nature of this game altogether. ISA something book. Got all these science. Interesting. Is this to imply that this scientist was also religious to a degree? Very neat and tidy, that's for sure, which I can appreciate. And see, there's no pictures of family here besides this dog. So that's kind of what I was getting at, is that this person is likely not as maybe broken up living here as say this fella with, two boys back home. Not to mention it's probably gotta suck for those boys because notice okay, same thing. And then this is the other McLean. Or wait. Oh, I'm going backwards. That's what's going on here. I'm going backwards. Whoops. Okay. So, Mikhail and Soichi. Okay, so this is Mikhail. What does he have? The whole team experienced nausea during a large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I am concerned. This is not an instance of mass hysteria. Vital signs were affected. It caused a uniform surge in heart rate that was detected in all members of the crew. I am reporting to ISA. And then, so this goes consecutively for several days. I reported the nauseous incident to the ISA. They offered an explanation of electrical disturbance to our central nervous system. That is ludicrous. An electrical surge large enough to affect our nervous system would have done more than make the team feel ill. I'm going to experiment with some shock therapy. Next day, I've discovered that electronic fields disturb our telemetry implants in a way I didn't expect. Oh, so they have implants. I have contacted the ISA. Strangely, Tom was not comfortable with my attempts to disturb the implant. And the next day again, the ISA reported back informing me that I am not to disturb the implants. They have encouraged me not to discuss this further with the team. And unfortunately, my Russian is really bad, so I can't tell what that is supposed to even remotely say. I can't even pronounce it. If it was Serbian Croatian, I might have a chance. Anyway, I'm continuing to investigate. I have been running some experiments outside of Tom's view. I can tell he knows this. He has been acting differently around me, like an offended child. I feel increasingly nauseous. These implants seem to have neural connectivity. Out-of-body experiences are more frequent now. Odd. I have established a definite correlation. Against my knowledge, I have been implanted with a device that affects my mind. I use my opportunities and regular health checkups to investigate the crew. We all have them. Every single one of us is implanted with some mind-altering contraption. Tom has been encouraging the team to worry about my mental health. He requested I retire away from the crew. Misinformation, and then something else in Russian. I cannot will myself to investigate this further. I grow tired quickly. I cannot think straight. I am not sure if the implant is affecting my thoughts anymore. I believe it is trying to subdue my mind. I think I am going to attempt an excision. I am going to remove this implant. I am typing with my left hand now. The excision went wrong. I have successfully removed the implant. Unfortunately, I lost my hand in the operation. Yikes. Tom is very angry. The crew refused to talk to me. Apparently, I am a bad influence. Sarah patched me up. I wonder if the nature of the organism and its disturbance of my DNA caused my awakening from Tom's influence. If so, that would make for a worrisome revelation. Perhaps this organism is not so friendly. Dan informed me I have called for my termination. My masochistic experiment proves I am danger to the mission. Fortunately, he chose not to lock me in the brig. I am going to investigate this implant further. I have to hide my work. The team are becoming increasingly aggressive. They seem to oppose my work to understand the implant. It does not help that Tom is encouraging them to distrust me. I have discovered the nature of the implant. It is a complex computer. It interfaces with the human mind directly. It seems to condition the mind through Pavlovian and instrumental conditioning, eliciting feelings of euphoria when the wearer is obedient and dysphoria when they are disobedient. It also has the effect of suppressing impulses in the frontal lobe, presumably to lower free will. It seems to interface crudely with motor neuron cells throughout the cerebellum. It is my hypothesis that the crew is controlled by this implant. That is their strong aversion to helping me. I need a method of suppressing its impact, perhaps a drug. Riluzole? Maybe an antidepressant to minimize the conditioning effects. Combined with a strong electromagnetic field, I could use one of the industrial electromagnets from the construction robots. I have managed to get Chris on my side. He has agreed to test some medical procedures with me in private. It will be more difficult one-handed, but I must persevere. I am hoping to keep this out of the eyes of Tom, though I have a feeling he will still be listening. Interesting. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Okay. What is that?